Hi everybody, I'm Tricia Morris from Club Scrap. You know, through the years I have drawn literally hundreds and hundreds of layout sketches, and basically what they do is just help you get that creative ball rolling. When you're wanting to do a layout and you just don't know where to begin, these just kind of help you get started. But I have found that there are 3 layout sketches that I tend to use again and again because they work every time, with no matter what kind of paper you're using or what kind of photos you might have, they just work. So let me show you how these page planners come together. All right, for our first sketch that we're going to learn how to use, here I'm going to begin with some 12 by 12 papers. These are from Club Scrap's Wheel and Sprocket kit, and I love these vibrant colors. They really help you remember how these sketches work, and I've given each sketch a name. This one I call 8s in the Gutter, because we do produce 8.5 by 11 papers as well. It's very simple just to slide another sheet of 8.5 by 11 into the gutter area of where your 2 12 by 12s come together. And what that does very naturally is creates the nice border on the outer rim of your layout and a nice anchor for you to put all your photos. All right, so now I'm going to make some photo mats, and I'm going to use a clever little cutting technique that helps us make 8 photo mats from these 2 sheets of 8.5 by 11 paper. I'm going to be using this Tonic Studios trimmer. What I love about it is it's very portable. It's the small base, and the handle stores right in the bottom, and you just put it on the handle like so. And then this piece fits right into the side of the trimmer. There's a little slot right there, and then you can stabilize it with this little lever, and now my trimmer is ready to use. Okay, so I'm taking the 8.5 by 11 paper, putting it in the trimmer, and I'm going to cut it in half. Now it was 11 inches wide, so at 5.5 inches, slice it in half, stack the 2 pieces, put it back in the trimmer. This time I'm cutting it in half again at 4 1/4. And now I have 4 photo mats, and I'm just going to repeat that for the second sheet. Now that I have my photos trimmed, like a deck of cards, I can just literally deal them out onto the layout any way you wish. I can add quite a few photos to this layout. I can rearrange them, turn them any way I want. And then when I lay all this down, I'm going to use Easy Runner by Scrapbook Adhesives. And what I love about this is that all the little pieces, you can just dispense any size piece that you want, and then you can lay your photo mats in place. And then when it all comes together, you can add photographs. And you can do this at any time. You can do it now or later and set these aside. But when you add photographs of any nature, notice with the Wheel and Sprocket paper, I'm using pictures from skiing trips, which I seem to do a lot of. Here I've got my 8s in the gutter, I've got my photos matted, and I've added titles, I've added some journaling and some embellishments, and this page came together in a snap. So that one was 8s in the gutter. Now let me set this aside, and I'm going to show you my next sketch that I call the 5/7 split. Now with this page we start out with 2 sheets of 12 by 12 paper. These are prints, they have these little tires on them, they're very fun. And then I'm going to be using one other sheet of 12 by 12 paper. This happens to be a red print, and I'm just going to take it to my trimmer and cut it only once. I'm going to trim it at 7 inches, because remember, the name of this sketch was the 5/7 split. So the 5 by 12 inch piece will go over on this side of the layout, and the 7-inch piece will go over here like so. And notice that I don't have it meeting at the top and the bottom like this. I have them sort of staggered a little bit, and I think that's sort of important. And then I have these little seams right here where the red meets the black paper. I'm going to be adding a tiny little white strip of paper. This is a 1/4 inch by 12 inches long, and you can just go ahead and lay that over the seams. Now once you've finished all of that, this is how your layout's going to look. The next thing we need to add is a place to put our photos, so I'm going to add photo mats. This time I'm going to use a different cutting technique that takes a 12 by 12 sheet of paper and turns it into 6 4x6 photo mats. Let me show you at the trimmer how we're going to do that. I'm putting it in the trimmer at 6 inches, so I'm literally just cutting it in half. I love to stack. I trim that at 8 inches and then at 4 inches. Basically all I did was create 6 pieces of paper that are all the same size. And I love to do this. I'm dealing them out again. And I can just put these on the page, and you may want to change the orientation of something. If you've got a lot of vertical photos, you can arrange them a different way. Okay? So it really doesn't matter how you place them. That just is reflected by the kind of photos that you happen to be using. To finish the layout, I've added some photos, I've added a title, I've added some journaling, the same routine again, and look how effective this came together. And I want to point out one more time, I'm using Wheel and Sprocket paper, which is technically bicycle related, with photos from Norfolk, Virginia naval base. Okay, so that worked beautifully. That was the 5-7 split. Don't forget that one. It's a handy one to keep in your pocket. All right. The third and final sketch, you are going to love this one because I love this one and it works every time, is called Color Blocked. 2 pieces of 12 by 12 lime green. Here I've got this gorgeous 12 by 12 purple print that I'm going to cut twice in a very special way. I'm going to trim this, putting it in the trimmer at 8 inches and making a slice. Stack the 2 pieces so that they're even. And then I'm going to put it in the trimmer the other direction at 7 inches. So the first trim was at 8, turn and trim at 7. Now I have these 4 pieces of paper that are all different size. I'm going to take the largest piece of paper and put it in the upper left corner of one of the pages. Now, of these pieces, there is one that will fit just like so. All right, then I can take this one and set it here and set this one right there. Now I have this color blocked. One of the cool things about this, you can turn it this way, you can turn it that way, you can turn it any way you wish. And the same for this other side. I'm just taking some 1/4 inch by 12 inch strips of a third color. This is a great way to introduce another color into your layout. Let me just show you with this Easy Runner adhesive, this little tiny strip, when you want to attach these seam covers, you just simply lay a little piece, but it's a great way to get small bits of adhesive to attach these seams to your page. Works like a charm. So when that is done, your layout will look sort of like that. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to make 6 4x6 photo mats with 1 sheet of 12 by 12 black paper, and let's review how easy that is. Just 3 cuts that we're going to make. The first one, 6 inches, stack. The next one, we want to keep the bulk of our paper to the left side of the trimmer. So I'm going to trim 4 inches off the end by placing this at 8, and that's 4x6 now. Then move it down to 4. Now this piece is 4x6, and so on. I've got 6 photo mats now ready to use, and what I love is how when I deal out these photo mats, the way they fit into the open compartments of this layout. Let me show you now how that came together. I love this layout because it uses photos from a trip that I took, scrapbooking related of course, to the Netherlands, and I met some wonderful scrapbookers out there, and I know they're watching, so I want to say hi to my friends in the Netherlands. And this was a picture of some beautiful gardens. The vibrant green just fell right into place with this gorgeous paper, and I love how this layout came together. And it works in many other different color schemes too, and I know that you'll find that when you try it. So by way of review, let's give this a try, and I'll show you how these layouts came together with other color schemes. All right, now remember 8's in the gutter? We're going to go review from the beginning to the end. This is the layout that you saw with these bright, vibrant colors from Wheel and Sprocket. And 8's in the gutter. This is with a kit called Color in Black and White. Look at the dramatic difference in color scheme, same exact placement, same basic elements, but a totally different look. So you can even deceive your friends with the same layout over and over again, just with different pictures. Okay, here's that infamous 5-7 split that we saw with the Norfolk Naval Base right there. And check it out with musical interlude kit. These gorgeous papers in the background with beautiful flowers. I mean, a totally different feel, not industrial at all, yet that same exact format gave me just a great format for my photographs. And then finally, my Netherlands page here with these beautiful color blocked images and all put together nicely. Let's soften it up with some more pictures from the Netherlands. This is from an orchid farm that we visited while I was there. This is with Nature's Wonders papers, and those soft colors still worked beautifully. So try those 3 sketches, and when you leave a crop or your scrapbooking room with 12 completed pages and everyone's asking you how in the world did you do it, you just tell them you stuck to the plan. Thanks for watching.
For step-by-step instructions on how to create this week's project, download the design guide featuring special make-it-your-own bonus tips.